Welcome to What's on my Nexus 4 episode number 1. This is going to go over the setup that I have on my device as well as the applications that I have on my device. So let's go ahead and get started. If we flip over the device, you can see that we have a nice lock screen right here. This is the Clock Q clock widget for your Android device. It looks much better than the Jelly Bean stock lock screen that you have, at least in my opinion, and it just looks nice. It's customizable. You can customize the color of the time or the color of the date or whatever you feel like doing, and it is free, best of all, and you can go ahead and customize it the way that you want. And if we go ahead and unlock the device, you can see I have Clock Q on my home screen as well because I just like it and it adds uniformity throughout my device. So here is my optimal layout, at least for now. I end up changing my device's layout like every week. I'm not one of those maniacs that change it every 2 hours, but this is my optimal one for now. This is the minimal UI icon pack. If we go into Apex settings, we can go ahead and see that that is the theme that I'm using right now, minimal UI. I believe it's 99 cents in the Google Play Store, but it looks extremely nice. And by the way, this wallpaper I believe is called Shadow Galaxy Live Wallpaper. I'll put the link in the description if you're not sure how to spell that or if for some reason that is not the name, but I'll have it in the description below if you need to check it out or you want to check it out. So I have a total of 4 home screens. If we swipe over to the right, you can see I do have my email widget, which allows me to check my emails, duh. And on the right, we see that we have the eye in the sky weather widget, which is my favorite weather widget for now. And below the weather widget, we have a battery percentage widget, which allows me to check my battery percentage, of course. And this comes with Beautiful Widgets, which is an application that you can get for free from the Google Play Store. It's nice, and of course it is extremely stupid how Android doesn't implement this into their frickin' status bar, so that's why I have to have this right here. And if I ever have any other apps that I really need, I can always put it here or adjust all the other pages in order to fit this page. Or it's always nice to have one free page in order to adjust something if I need something to be adjusted, or just to double tap in order to launch my Apex settings, which of course takes a couple of tries, which is sometimes useless, but we can go ahead and do that if we want. So that's my basic layout. I'm using Apex Launcher as I've made clear in the beginning of this video and throughout the duration of it. I just choose it as preference. Of course, it's dumb to go through why I think it's better than Nova Launcher, but I just think it's better because it works better. There, that's basically how it is. It works better on my device. Maybe other devices have better preferences. Maybe other devices work better with certain launchers, but I find Apex Launcher to be the best for me, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of a look at the applications that I have on this home screen. Now, I use most of these applications on my home screen, of course. Why would I put them there if I don't use them? So here's my People application, or Contacts as I refer to. I mean, People, I guess. Here's my People application. Next we have Email, which allows me to check my email. Here's my email application. Then we have the weather channel. I use this, although I do have this weather widget here. I feel that the weather channel is more accurate sometimes, so I just have it there for safekeeping and just to fall back on it if I don't trust this widget. Like if it says it's going to be 100 degrees out when I know for sure it never reaches 100 degrees here, then I can go around and check that out on the weather channel to make sure that I'm not seeing things or anything like that. Next we have the calculator. I like this calculator application. Of course, this is a stock one. I like the layout. I mean, it's boring and everything, but I mean, that's how Android looks. It's simplistic. I like the look. If we look and try to formulate something, that's what I don't like. I don't know why it makes that little animation. It goes whoop, up, and then here's the answer. I mean, I don't know why it does that. Of course, that's just something to make it different from the iOS calculator application, but I don't know, that just bugs me. But if I'm in school and I need a calculator, then of course that's the best thing to use since I don't really have my iPod with me. So next is Play Music, Google Play Music. I have a lot of my music streamed to the cloud. My iTunes library is on Google Play Music, so if I'm out and about and I have a Wi-Fi network, then I can go ahead and stream it from there if I don't have my iPod Nano or iPod Touch with me. I haven't found an instance where I really needed to use it, but I just have it there just to have it. I uploaded all my music to the cloud just for that fallback option. Let's say if for some reason I don't have my iPod with me or any of my iPods with me, and I direly need to listen to music, then I can always have that fallback option. But If I was ever thinking, hey, maybe I'm gonna be listening to music while I'm out and about, the smart thing to do would be to bring my iPod, don't you think? So I don't really use it, but I just have it there. Next is play movies and TV. Now this I use more than play music. Let's say if I am downloading a YouTube video to watch on the go, I can always put it into my file system and watch it through there. Or if I'm buying something in Google Play, or if I want to see a movie or catch a movie, I can always have it there to watch a movie while I'm on the bus to school or something. So it's always nice to have there, and I use that more than I use play music. Next is gallery. Allows me to check all the photos I've taken with my camera, and that's about the gist of it. And then next, I got a couple questions on how I hide my software buttons. Of course, I pull it up and there they are. Why don't I have them all the time? Well, it just uses useless real estate. I mean, I almost never use these buttons unless I'm in an application, and if I do use them, then they're just taking up useless space, and I can always just simply do this and use it from there. But of course, there is always a solution, and this is the solution. This is auto hide soft keys. It allows you to do just that. It allows you to automatically hide your soft keys. And if we just take a look, there's a lot of customization. You can adjust this bar to the way that you want it to. You will have to dish out the 99 cents in order to make this invisible. So as you can see here, once we get rid of that, you see it's invisible, right? Well, with the free version, unfortunately, it's going to be red. So this bottom bar will be red when you're not using it. So it'll just be this red rectangle being just taking up some real estate anyway. So it's just going to be some annoyance there. It's free, but if you want to have the full experience, you have to dish out 99 cents. Which is sort of a bummer, but you know, that's how they make their money, and so be it. It's a pretty nice application. Next is root browser. This is like iFile for all you iOS people, and this allows you to access your file system. I use this to move ROMs from place to place. I use my TWRP or Team 1 Recovery Project folder to store all my things for some reason. I just find that folder to be the most practical. I have my my Fox kernel there, and I have my Super SU there when I need to flash Super SU in order to root my device. So it's nice to have this folder. I just use this folder for everything for some reason, although it's not really intended to be used as a handy folder. It's just my key folder for everything. So if we take a look at Fox Clock, now this is applicable to people that have Fox kernel on their device. So instead of the stock kernel, I am running Fox kernel. It just allows your device to become faster, allows your device to become speedier, allows your device to be better in general, and it allows for more customization. So the kernel is all fine and dandy, but if you want to really unlock the full potential of the kernel, you have to install this $5 application. Well, that may seem a little bit hefty. It is freaking cool what it does. Now, I do have a full review on this kernel, including all the stuff that's in this application. So if you want to go check that out, it will be in the description. So here are all the things you can customize just from installing this kernel on your device. So you can adjust the thermal quantities, your thermal boundaries, and you can just allow throttling to be completely disabled to dramatically improve the gaming capabilities of your device. I overclocked my GPU to 400 megahertz. I allowed some customizations throughout. This is my favorite part of the kernel. Yeah, it's very wacky. I can adjust my screen the way I want it to be adjusted. I can add more saturation, less saturation. This is amazing, guys. If you have a Nexus 4, really, consider installing or flashing this kernel. It's an excellent kernel, very stable, works with a lot of different OSs or operating system versions, and it works just fine on Android 4.3. It is a spectacular kernel, probably the best kernel for your Nexus 4, aside from Matrix, but this is one of my favorite kernels. In fact, my favorite kernel, because I really haven't messed around with too many kernels. So that is the Fox Clock app. Really consider getting this if you flashed Fox kernel or you're thinking of flashing Fox kernel, because this really allows you to unlock the full potential of your device. Next, we have Blackmart Alpha. Now, this is extremely buggy. See, my main thing with this was like, hey, cracked apps on Android, right? Because a lot of people pirate on Android. It's very pirating centric. It's a very, like, its universe revolves around people pirating apps and games. So here's Blackmart Alpha. It allows you to install your share of cracked applications, of course. That will never go away. But you do have a lot of cool applications too. Sometimes if I look at the just in, you can see all these cool applications. On delete, maybe I want to see what that is. If we go into it, we can see that there are a lot of cool things about this application. Let's just say it's the coolest root app ever. If I want to check this out, I can install it right here. Or I can check the Play Store to see if it costs something. If it costs something, of course I'll get it. If it doesn't, I can just get it from here. And of course I can always get the latest updates from Blackmar Alpha. So this has a lot of cool exclusive applications, as well as your fair share of other applications that are already available on the Play Store, but for free. Now, I haven't used this to obtain a cracked app yet. I'm sure in time I probably will, but as of now I haven't used this to get a cracked application. I just use this, if I see the just-in, if I see a cool application, I'll check it out in the Play Store. If I like it, I'll get it. If I don't, then I just won't get it. But I can see that there are a lot of cool applications here. Here are your usual applications you'll get on the Play Store, but it's a nice alternative to the Google Play Store. While I haven't used this for cracked applications, and I'm sure that a lot of people have, I just see moderate use for it. I really don't use it too often. Of course, Blackmar Alpha is not available on the Google Play Store. You have to install it manually through Google Chrome. If you want to go through all the trouble, of course, it's a way and method to get cracked applications for your Android device. While I do not recommend it, you can go ahead and do it. I mean, nobody is really stopping you. So next on the list is FPS Meter. This is hands down the most useful application that I have on my device. Yeah, well, that may be a little bit of an exaggeration. It may not be the most useful, beside the phone application. But it's rather interesting. I mean, I've never really expected to find this. I've been perusing the Play Store, and I found this, FPS Meter. It's cool. I've never actually thought that you can get an FPS. Of course, it's lagging the thing now, but that's FPS Meter. It's 99 cents, and it's well worth it. Next is YouTube. I don't use it that much because I use my iPod to watch YouTube videos, but if we ever used it, we could see that it's just as handy as the iOS application, so nothing special there. So in my settings application, let's go ahead and see what's going on there. We do have some casual, normal settings, and we also have some settings that we can go into. I am running Android 4.3, and I am running JWR6XY, which is the latest build of Android 4.3. So I'm running everything latest here. Everything is the latest build of everything, so we're all fine and dandy on that. I gotta stop saying that. But moving on, we do have Geekbench 2 and Antutu. Those are benchmarks. I do get really high benchmarks, of course, since this is one of the higher end phones. We can go ahead and see that there are pretty substantial benchmarks. Next is Show of Hands. It's a political polling app. I don't know how many times I've said that because this is in all of my What's on My iPod Touch videos, so of course you guys are rather familiar with this if you're subscribed, and if you're not, it's a pretty cool application. You can go ahead and answer questions, see what other people answered, comments and everything. It's cool. Now here are the games. I only have 6 games on my phone, and I have like 50 games on my iPod, so of course I don't use my phone for gaming since I have an iPod to play games. I have my computer to play games even. So why would I game on my phone? At least that's my method of reasoning. Of course a lot of people game on their phone because that's all they would like to game on, or that's all they have to game on, so nothing against people that game on their phones, I just don't. So that's why I only have 6 games, only for like rides on the bus or like between classes, although that's rather stupid. That's a terrible example. So the first game is Where's My Mickey? I got this on my phone instead of getting on my iPod because I thought, hey, maybe have it on the go with me if I had my phone on me. So I thought it was going to be an addictive game. I haven't played it yet, so I'm probably saving it for later. I don't know why, but it's a good game from what I've heard. I've played Where's My Water before. I've almost completed it, so I expect this to be basically the same, although it's Mickey, so it's going to be everything Mickey themed. So I'm sort of going to wait to play that until maybe Monday or something if I'm on the bus and want to play it. I don't know why I'm bringing up the bus so much. I guess that's just where I find all my time to play things. So that's Where's My Mickey. I didn't go into it really, but I think you guys have a general understanding of what that is. Next is Candy Crush. I've played Candy Crush a few months ago on my iPod. I think that was before it was popular, yeah. It really reached this peak in like August, like July, August. But I've played it a lot in June. I haven't completed it. I don't know really if you can complete it or not. A lot of people are saying you have to pay for extra levels or something like that. But I decided to give it a go, and I have it, but I haven't played it yet. These two games I haven't played yet. The rest I have. So, Where's My Mickey and Candy Crush Saga I have not played yet. I really should start playing Candy Crush Saga because it's going to be too late soon when everyone's going to be like, hey dude, you still play that? I mean, come on. Nobody plays that anymore. So, I might start playing that soon, but I'm not really counting on it, really. I mean, I just have it there. It's sort of like the Angry Birds of now. I mean, you have it on your device because people ask, hey, can I see your phone or something? And then you see, hey, you don't have Angry Birds. Okay, then you're not cool. So that's why I have it there, basically. I'm thinking of playing it, but I'm never going to get around to it. I know that. Up next is Minecraft Pocket Edition. So yeah, I'm gonna launch this. So here it is. Here's Minecraft Pocket Edition. You guys are all too familiar with this, but we're gonna go into it anyway. Here's my survival world. Nothing's going on here, honestly. I use FPS meter for this. I just like to test it out sometimes. It plays just as you'd expect. Nothing substantial here. It's basically the same as the iOS version, except not iOS. And we can go around here. It's fun, blah blah blah. It's nothing too special. Oh, creeper. It's nothing too special here, but there it is. If you guys ever wanted to know what Minecraft Pocket Edition looks like on an Android device, although it doesn't look that much different. Okay, it's still following me. Gotta get that. Whoops. And I'm just screwing up on the camera. My supplies. Okay. Oh no. Okay, no. I'm just gonna get away from this creeper because I mean I don't want to risk having that blow up in my face and then losing all my supplies, then losing 2 blocks. So I'm just gonna, you know, pretend that. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's just stop before things get too out of hand. Next we have Glow Hockey. I'm terrible at this game, but we're gonna go ahead and see this anyway. It's not really optimized for this screen. Just fills up like 7/8 of the screen. It doesn't fill up the entire thing, which annoys me quite a lot. I mean, if it's going to be unoptimized, at least center it, just like the iPhone 5 used to center it before when it wasn't supported. But this is Android. It's more fragmented, so it's not much of a surprise there. Okay, so yeah, I accidentally clicked 2-player mode, so it's really not going to respond. But I'm losing, even though the other guy isn't even playing. I'm that bad. I'm not good at this game at all. Well, there, I tied, yay. Yeah, that's enough, really. Okay, next is Super Hexagon. This is a very awesome game. It really should be more popular. It's not too popular on Android, and it is very addictive. It's one of those games like, hey, just like 5 more minutes, and you end up playing for like 30 minutes. Yeah, it's one of those games, and it's actually rather fun. And here it is. This is the premise of the game. This is what you do, and that's it. That's basically you try to survive as long as you can. It is better than it sounds or looks. It actually looks really good, and the colors pop and everything. It's very nice visually, and it's very nice in terms of gameplay. And I really recommend you get this for either iOS or Android. Either one is your pick. It's great on both. And the last game I have is True Skate. This is another iOS game I used to like, and I just decided to play it on my Android device. And I ended up deleting it on my iOS device before, so. And you basically just do tricks like this, blah blah blah. It makes the camera go out of focus, but it's fun. There we go. Flip. Come on. Okay. So those are all the applications I have on my main page. You can take a look at my app drawer. Here are the rest of the games that I have, or rest of the apps that I have. I really don't have too much else. I have playbooks, which I've never used. I have a lot of stock apps in here that are not on my home screen. So I basically have all the games that I have here are on my home screen. Thank you for watching this video. If you stuck until the end, be sure to click the like button. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to catch my future video, go ahead and click it when it pops up in your sub inbox. And I'll see you later. Take care.